Do you guys remember where Sam Harris was like 3 or 4 months ago started talking about like he didn't care if Hunter Biden did like horrendous acts. He would still want to not disclose that that footage or that story. He would still want to suppress that story because it was more important for Trump not to be in office than it was for us to for everyone to know exactly what was going on for Hunter Biden. And Sam Harris is known as like a leftist that is a philosopher, a great mind, like a Jordan Peterson for the left. And that's kind of what his ideas are. So I just want to hear what he has to say. He's on the Club Random podcast, which is a Bill Maher podcast. And they usually get high and drunk and say stupid stuff. So it could be good. It could be silly. But what could be more exciting? This and watching me pwn noobs? I don't know.
Hunter Biden moment because...
Okay. That you got into?
Yeah, I got into something and I saw you reacted to it and I thought you, because unfortunately the clip that was exported to all of humanity kind of distorted my position.
Thank you. Find dead bodies in Hunter Biden's basement. Yes, that's exactly what he said. He was like, I don't care if they find dead bodies in his basement. It's more important for Trump not to be in power. And I thought, are you freaking kidding me, dude? Like, what the frick? They don't want to be exposed for the hate of Trump. No.
My recollection of it was, first of all, what you said was fairly benign, so I don't know why you took the bait. And I heard your whole podcast about it, and I enjoyed it immensely because, again, you choose words so well. I could just listen to you talk. But I kept thinking, wow, you're really caring more about this than I think maybe you need to. What I thought was interesting about it on my show is that Rob Reiner and Amy Klobuchar were on that panel. Mm-hmm. Two very, very strong liberals. You know, we usually try to have a balance, but a balance doesn't mean a balance within one day. It means a balance over the whole year. Some shows, there's going to be two liberals. Right. And maybe some shows there'll be, two conservatives or something. But that show happened to be two people who have no ideological difference between them. You couldn't find more MSNBC stalwart than Amy Klobuchar and Rob Reiner. And I'm very fond of them both. But when I brought up that story, they had not heard of it.
Right. Yeah, no,
and I even said, because,
it's so set, our information landscape is so partitioned at this point. It's amazing because, I mean, that was, it was hitting the front page of the New York Post.
I'm the first ginger to pwn noobs at single player Mario. You know it. I like that he tries to explain that Amy Klobuchar and Rob Reiner are stark differences. No. That's to Bill Maher. I would say that you could say like maybe Rob Reiner and like a Kanye or Nick Fuentes or like Salty Cracker or Tim Pool. Anybody. Amy Klobuchar is like in the middle, but a left middle than anything else. But again, yeah, you're right. Two totally different people.
But my liberal friends hadn't seen any of it.
And
I was getting inundated from Trumpistan on social media. I mean, I was trending on Twitter.
I owned the original 50
for all the wrong reasons, but it was all right-wing lunacy. It was very weird because it was, in my world, it was a complete non-issue. And with respect to my own, the reputation I care about, it was a complete non-issue.
Right.
But it was amazing. I mean, the velocity of the hatred was something new.
And again, if we lived in the same world, we wouldn't even be arguing over some of this, which I think if you could get the two reasonabler people of each party in the room would say, yes, there was what you'd have to call some sort of media suppression of Hunter Biden's,
to say the least,
computer right before the election.
Oh, no doubt. Okay, and the truth is, I still don't know what I think about that. My default position is,
what do you mean you don't know?
Why should we be hostage to Rudy Giuliani's timetable? If Rudy Giuliani holds on to this thing until the 11th hour, 10 days before an election, and drops it as an October surprise, why should the New York Times and CNN and every other media organization be hostage to his goal of dropping this at a time when there's just going to be not enough time to parse it before the election.
Dropping what?
The Hunter Biden laptop story.
You're right. Okay. But why are you saying Rudy Giuliani?
Well, because he was the one who had took delivery of the laptop and
originally.
Yeah. So but
the
clearly
laptop gets left at a repair shop.
It's bonkers.
Right?
The whole thing is bonkers. Yeah.
No, it's what
a repair shop.
Yeah,
a computer.
yeah.
Yes, it's like what a drug addict would do. Like I keep saying that over and over again. It's not that bonkers. But I like the fact that he's like, I don't know what I think about the suppression thing. Like we're supposed to just jump on Rudy Giuliani's back. Yeah, why don't we just trust? Just let people put the story out there and then verify if it's true or not. Who cares who puts it out there? It's more important to get down to the truth of things, right? Than it is to be like, you know what? The Daily Beast put it out there, and since they're so far leftist, I'm just gonna ignore that information. No, let's start acting like adults. Hunter, whoa, I owned a laptop, exactly. Salted Cracky, shout out 3 years ago. Yeah, that's me.
A repair shop?
I think in Delaware, yeah.
What year is this? What is it, episode of Barney Miller?
Exactly, yeah, right.
Fucking computer repair shop.
Yeah.
Okay. I use Acme, by the way,
that's right, yeah.
and I recommend them highly. They're the first in the yellow pages, which I also use on my rotary phone. Anyway, so
it was completely plausible to worry that this was a fake story. It didn't. I mean, and there simply wasn't enough time to get to the bottom of it.
Really?
I mean, well,
then why did the outlets that did get to the bottom?
See, again, we're back to this. Like, well, we just weren't sure. Yeah, because you didn't care to look into it and you wanted to dismiss it immediately due to your own biases. But no, I'm a deep thinker. I can't even look at my own biases. I'm such a deep thinker. Okay, keep talking to Sam.
Bottom and get to the New York Post had no problem getting to the bottom.
Yeah, well, but they still.
But they wanted to believe it.
They wanted to believe it, and yes, you
didn't want to believe
it
right
by accident, and sometimes
right.
But I mean, to actually parse everything in there and figure out just how dirty Biden Sr. is as a result of the information there.
Can I go to step 2 of what the two reasonable people in the room would agree on? One, they'd agree it was kind of suppressed. 2, they'd agree
it was really suppressed.
Hunter Biden being the son of the current vice president and being a complete ne'er-do-well douchebag.
Wait, we weren't sure it was
ripe.
Baba says we weren't sure it was real. We knew it had all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. Exactly. This had all the hallmarks of a white supremacist.
To be used as a conduit to his father, through which he was, but nothing really. It was common. It was the kind of sort of everyday graft that's sleazy, but doesn't affect the world. Okay.
Right. Well, we still. It's possible we still don't know, right? So I'll give some credence to the possibility that it's worse than I understand, but the problem is 10 days is not enough to figure that out, and we knew that it was going to derail.
But just on that issue, would you not agree with this statement that probably
yes,
Hunter Biden sold his father's influence to get money, but Joe Biden himself would not give away our nuclear secrets to the Chinese. He's not.
Of course.
He has a soft spot for his son. His ne'er-do-well, stupid.
son. I mean, you've heard his voicemails to Hunter. I mean,
like, Dad, I'm in a little bit of a jam. Could you just meet with the Chinese guy next week? It would mean a lot to me. And Joe would do it, and then he would.
What are the hallmarks of
Hunter would
Russian
get the money for the meeting, and then he'd spend it on cocaine and hookers. I mean, it's an old story.
Yeah. And I would be willing to bet that whatever level of corruption and grift you find over there, it is tenfold worse in Trumpistan. With Trump and his kids. And there's no question.
Yes.
So
I love when people just say that. Of course. Oh, duh. Exactly. Is this even a question? We all agree this is the truth.
If you're going to play that game of comparing, bad incentives
everyone knows it.
The venality.
You don't have to prove anything.
Okay, so your controversy was saying, My controversy was saying that there was nothing that you could learn about Hunter Biden at that point,
right,
that I would have cared about, including the corpses of kids in his basement, right? So that was probably a flourish that I didn't need.
Because the other choice was Trump being president for more.
Trump, who was
is not an option.
Who was a sitting president who was declining to support a peaceful transfer of power.
But you can see why it's easy pickings for critics of people like you and me, because we're such free speech champions. So the idea that we are,
because we're such free speech champions,
even thinking
what
about
a lie,
like toying with the idea. Hey, thanks for.
Oh my God, what a lie! Freaking, we're free speech champions, even though we think a story should be suppressed and has all the hallmarks of Russian propaganda, because there's no way those things are real. Jeez.